Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nofvia Vega, who will be presenting my research entitled Enhancing Students' English Achievement Through Interactive Digital Media. As the information for all audiences here, this study aims to discover whether interactive digital media effectively improves student achievement in learning English. Okay, without further ado, let's turn on to the introductions. In the classrooms, multimedia technology allows teachers and students to have more important conversations, which improve the learning process. The incorporations of multimedia technology application into the classroom can assist students in gaining a greater grasp of the subject being taught and overcoming space, time, and infrastructural constraint. According to May 2017, cognitive science has 3 rules for learning. Humans use two information processing system, visual and auditory, and also the verbal information. It means that each of these systems can only process a limited amount of the information, and active learning requires a coordinated set of cognitive process to be used during learning. However, technology advanced in multimedia over new possibilities for developing and judging educational products. Advance in technology make it easier to construct learning materials that incorporate real-world occurrences such as fact films, movie from ordinary life into the classrooms. Move to the next slide. There are literature review. The first one talking about learning English achievement in this new normal environment. Everyone is responsible for implementing virus prevention policy in all activities, including teaching and learning activities. Face-to-face learning has been turned into distance learning in the classrooms and now used in the various schools and colleges. The change in the system combined with the various cards that can significantly lower student willingness to learn in general allows any motivations for studying impact student accomplishments. As the result, the researcher is interested in discover how interactive digital media is affected by the COVID-19 pandemic in additional in the current COVID-19 situations. The researcher look at the relationship between the student achievements and particularly in learning English. The second one is talking about learning media. According to Ediani 2020 suggested that several elements must be examined when selecting learning media to ensure that educational process work effectively and is inconsistent with the objective that have been established. There are some criteria to consider when selecting learning media. Number one, the media are selected according to the instructional school established in mental, emotional, and also psychomotor development. Number two, fact, concept, principles, and generalizations need adequate media to support them. Number three, media must be useful, adapted, and durable. Number four, teachers can use the media well and skillfulness with the help of these tools. And number five, the creation of visual image and photography must adhere to strict technical standards. Number six, the material used must be appropriate for the students' cognitive abilities. And the seven, the media utilized must be capable and assisting students in comprehending the lessons for the learning process. And the last one is a topic talking about interactive digital media. The media are inextricable links to the process of the teaching and learning. It was shown that students learn more effectively when they were exposed to multimedia presentation that included animated video with the text, audio, games, on interactive master slide as the part of the tutorial approach. When using this interactive learning technology, teachers are expected to observe more than simply verbal prompt in the descriptive words provided by the teacher or writing in the books. And next, I'd like to give you information about the research method in order to obtain the data. A quasi-experimental approach was used. This quantitative study features the third semester at the Borneo Tarakan University or Borneo University Tarakan. One designed it as the experimental class and the other as the control class. Pre and post test instruments were employed. The pre-test was used to determine the participant initial learning framework, and the pre-test mean score were used to do so. And after conducting the selecting lesson, the employ interactive digital media is the experimental class, and interactive non-digital media in the post-test was administered to the student in the control group. And next, I'd like to show you the findings. The mean score of the student in the pre-test was 63.21. The post-test mean of score of the student was previously known to be 82.98. It was reported that the average pre-test score of 42 students was 65.48. The highest score for the post-test of the control class was 19, and the lowest score was 60. And the mean score was 78.21. All right, so the next data is about the independent sample t-test. This table shows the differences between the control and experiment groups. Based on the data analysis, indicate differences between the experimental and control groups that are statistically significant because the output independent sample t-test result are shown in this table. The total number of the t-test is 5.490, and while the total t-table is 1.682. It indicates that alternative hypotheses show a substantial differences in student English achievement in the third semester at the Borneo University Tarakan, who were taught utilizing interactive digital media. And thank you very much for your great attention. May all those I have shared be beneficial for all of us. I'm ready to take any question you might have. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon.